Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to IGCSE Success, your one-stop shop for everything IGCSE English. So for some of you watching this video, you have no doubt started your IGCSE exams, much like my Year 11s. And of course, your first language English exam, the most important exams, of course, are fast approaching. And with Year 11s doing their exams comes something that teachers look forward to, game time. So I had a bit of game time today because obviously I'm not teaching my Year 11s at the moment because they're on study leave, so I decided to write a narrative. Now, before I read the narrative, remember, read any examiner report. Cambridge always advises students to write from personal experience, but a bit of poetic license is absolutely fine. And by that I mean bending or embellishing the truth somewhat just to make it a little more interesting. So this story is called Blame Mr. Sprinkles. Let's take a read. Ever have one of those days where you wish the ground would just open up and swallow you whole? I've stopped wishing. In fact, I just carry a shovel and hope for the best. You see, exam season is looming and I'm about to wade through the thick of it. Will I make it out alive? Who knows? Naturally, things began to unravel the moment I opened my eyes. I dragged myself to the curtains and the sun's rays pierced through, making me hiss like a vampire. Odd. I hadn't been jolted awake by my exasperating alarm clock. Very odd. I glanced at the clock. Blank. No blinking digits. Just dead silence. That's when it hit me. A power cut. And with that, the sinking realisation I might have overslept on exam day. I launched myself out of bed like a man possessed, tripping over a mountain of revision notes and the shattered remnants of my dignity. Disaster. Peeking through my fingers at the blinding glare of my phone screen, it had just turned 10 a.m. I had 1 hour to get to school for my first IGCSE exam, first language English. I followed my usual routine, except the shower was replaced by a frantic splash of water to the face. I rummaged through the chaos on my bedroom floor for something vaguely clean to wear, threw it on and darted downstairs. Outside, the sun had vanished. Unbolting the door, I took a fleeting glance at the note my mother had haphazardly scrawled on a post-it and stuck it to the frame. Good luck, son. You've got this. I let out a long sigh and charged outside. Mr. Sprinkles, get back here, I bellowed as my mum's once prize poodle, former Crufts champion and current menace, bolted towards the busy road. The sky was now blanketed with thick, ominous clouds, and the air had that tense, expectant stillness before a storm. Then, without warning, the heavens opened. Rain cascaded down in sheets. I was instantly soaked to the bone, as if the universe had decided my day wasn't quite disastrous enough. I stood rooted in the middle of the road. Time was slipping away. My clothes clung to me, soaked through and heavy. And Mr. Sprinkles, long gone. Get out of the way, a man shouted, leaning on his horn just before speeding past and splashing a tidal wave of gutter water all over me. Well, maybe today could get worse. Determined to make it to school on time, I sprinted to the bus stop, and to my amazement, a bus was actually waiting there, as if the universe had decided to throw me a bone. It felt like an answer to my prayers. Leaning against the glass window, clothes sodden, I let out a sigh of relief and drifted into an exhausted slumber. Hey kid, we're here! I jolted awake, disorientated. How long had I been asleep? Wait, this wasn't school. I'd ended up in town. Town! A solid 15-minute walk to school. I leapt off the bus, ready to sprint, only for the sole of my shoe to betray me entirely. It peeled halfway off with a dramatic flap, turning each step into a squelchy slapstick nightmare. I tried to run anyway, flapping along like a penguin with purpose, ignoring the stares of passers-by and the slow rising burn of public humiliation. I turned the corner, determined to power through the pain of my flapping shoe, only to come face to face with a roadblock. Literally, construction. The pavement was fenced off, the workers utterly unfazed by my frantic expression. "You'll have to go around, mate," one said, munching a sandwich like my academic future wasn't hanging by a thread. Around meant doubling back, precious minutes slipping away. My inner scream was now external. I turned on my heel and broke into a determined hobble run. Down a side street, weaving past bins and treacherous paving stones, heart hammering, my breath came in short dramatic bursts, part panic, part lack of cardio, blame revision. And then, like a final slap from the universe, I heard it, a loud rip. I looked down, my trousers had also betrayed me, a glorious, undeniable split, straight down the back. I froze. For a moment, I considered just going home and accepting my fate as a cautionary tale, but no, I had come too far. I tightened my hoodie around my waist, prayed no one was filming, and pressed on. Dignity gone. Time running out. But I was moving. At last, I stumbled to the school gates, sweat-drenched, virtually shoeless on one side and held together by sheer panic and a hoodie tied around my, well, you know what. I grabbed the bars and gave them a triumphant shake, only to find them firmly, unquestionably locked. I peered through. Empty. No students, no teachers, no exam signs, just silence. It was Sunday. Now, where was Mr. Sprinkles?